allow you freely to enter these passageways and explore just all sorts of buildings. You can learn most of your information about the layout of the fort, how it was constructed inside the museum before coming out here to the fort proper. I'm anxious to learn about the cannons. They kind of look like a Rodman cannon that was at Fort Knox up in Prospect, Maine when I visited up there several years ago. That's what they look like. I'm not sure what size, but I would say they're at least 10-inch, maybe more. Just got finished talking with a very nice gentleman named John Flugler, who is a full-time state employee and a reenactor as well. These are 10-inch Rodman cannons. They fired a 128-pound solid shot and were capable of hitting a target 5,600 yards away, which would take care of any vessel coming and going up the St. Mary's River that would be perceived as the enemy. And I also found out that they had range markers out here in the waterway, up to 80 of them. They were made out of wood and they were painted white, and so that they would know what degree or angle to fire with the cannon to hit that particular marker at that particular distance, which I find absolutely fascinating because I had no idea they would actually take the time to use an anchored range marker. Okay, let's go down here and check this out. Just got all sorts of neat things to explore here. You can wear yourself out, to be honest with you, because they let you roam everywhere. So these are called rifle loopholes. Don't ask me why they call it a loophole when it's a vertical slot. But what I like about it for comfort, there's enough room for a soldier to lay one elbow here, lean forward and fire his rifle through this slot at an enemy soldier. And at the same time, as you can see, it offers a lot of protection from return fire, either musketry or a grape shot from cannon. So I went back. I've already questioned the park ranger 4 times. According to park rules, I cannot film him. But now I find out there's not dozens, but instead 428 rifle keyholes lining the walls of this fort. That's pretty darn incredible. What's also interesting is out in front of these gun emplacements here is the rampart is formed by a kind of tabby. I just asked the park ranger, and he said that would be the right terminology. You can see they put in anything here to kind of fortify this mixture of burnt oyster shells. There looks like real mortar in here, and together with the broken bricks to make it really stout. So this has been here since the, I don't know, 1860s probably, or maybe earlier. So now, as you can see, I've made my way around to the seaward side of the fort, and behind me is a couple more of these 10-inch Rodman cannons. But in 1867, this is where a couple of the 15-inch Rodman cannons were installed. They would hurl a 400-pound solid shot 3 miles. And the 2 15-inch Rodman cannons were sold in World War I, regrettably. So this would be the magazine for shells. Grape shot. These larger shells would be the 128-pound solid shot that were fired out of the Rodman cannon. And it looks like in the back, there's the holes that are fused. They would have had powder inside, and they would have exploded just like a grenade. And here's something everybody wonders about. There's a 2-holer, and I suspect it drained right out into the waters of St. Mary's River. Of course, one of the most crucial things is a constant and consistent water source. And I see we have an old-time pump well here with a wooden trough. Looks like it's lined with copper sheeting. So these 3 gun tubes that you're looking at are howitzers. I just talked to a very helpful park ranger who's a reenactor. You can see him there. He's giving instructions to somebody. But he believes that they probably fired a grape shot. And originally there would have been 4 of them, and they would have been installed in 4 bastions. Directly ahead is the soldiers' quarters, 2-story, made out of brick. And here we have the parade grounds, which are quite expansive and well kept up and trimmed by the Park Service. This is just a quick look inside the guardhouse. At least that's how they have it identified. And it looks like there's quite a bit of room with the bunks. And here we have a backgammon set, which is a two-player game. It's done with checkers. And we continue on into another room here. Park Service has really done an excellent job with displaying how it would have looked back in the day. I'm going out now. We have two massive wooden doors, and they can be closed off to prevent an enemy attack. In addition, we have a drawbridge that can be brought up by a couple of chains to keep anybody from getting in to the fort with the backup of those massive double doors. So I'm making my way out of the fort now, and right over my left shoulder you can see a mound of dirt, and it runs along the whole length of the fort. And I call it breastworks, but the park ranger for me is called a glacis. I'm not really an expert on all these names in particular parts of forts. I just find Fort Clinch to be really interesting. If you got to take a tour of a fort, I give this one total 100% thumbs up. It's great. Park rangers are very helpful. Got a storm coming in, got to run.